cold morning. I'm definitely glad I was grateful for yesterday's morning because there was sunshine, and even though it was cold, there was places to stand and be in the warmth. Oh, no, I'm not sick, but like, yeah, cold. Brr. Anyways, I'm still grateful for this morning. I kind of always just I cultivated an attitude of gratitude, and I like it a lot. Anyways, I thought this morning it was interesting, and I remembered this time last year, although we were in a different city. We were up north from here, and I was doing my vlogs about trying to get housing and trying to get different work and trying, just barely getting away from the pirates and leaving a certain place. But what I remember more actually is back in September 2021, I went on that road trip, and it was towards the end of that, and it went into October. And I remember that when I left, I took only the clothes on my back and like a sweater, so sweater and a warmer pair of pants because it was still warm, so I only had shorts on. And when I got to, I think it was it Spokane. I think it was Spokane, where there was a Walmart. I went in and I was like, I just need something warmer, And I went in and I actually found this. It was the only sweatsuit that would fit me that I could afford was a matching red top and red bottom, and I remember like I started to accumulate a little more clothes along the way as Spirit brought in money for things and stuff like that. And I made it over to a spiritual friend of mine. And what's funny is, I mean, I was aware that I was in bright red. And in a lot of spiritual traditions, red is considered a sacred color. You wrap your prayers in it, wrap your gifts in it. You can use it as protective color, things like that. Though I was also aware that red is kind of a target color, right? Especially in white cultures. Like it's more of a look at me kind of thing. And I remember when I got to see this friend and he says, "Oh, it's the lady in red." And I remember also that when my oldest son called for help for me to come back and rescue him from my parents, uh, that I kept feeling like I don't know whether I'm the gift or the target or if this is all just irrelevant, you know? I realized after a time that all three are true. Like, we can give all sorts of spiritual meaning to things, and it can and does have those meanings, but it can also be entirely irrelevant too, other than to your personal experience. The other thing too is that both can be true. That's a spiritual lesson that I learned a while ago. It can be true that you can be two things at once, even that contradict each other. So I realized I was both the gift and the target. And I'm not sure exactly how that's relevant, like today or now. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the cold and thinking about how, like, we're at another crossroads sort of situation where it's like, are we going to like a shared shelter house where we might be a little cramped for a little while, but we'll have shelter for like up to 3 months while we're waiting on our housing help department? Or will we get more time here at the hotel and risk it only being a couple more weeks until we get into the apartment? Which would be nice as we're centrally located and it's easy to find us, and the hotel has free breakfast every morning and stuff like that, and we don't have to share our room with anybody. And thinking about, like, all the different things that are going on that are similar to what's been going on, as well as things that are different from what was going on this time last year. And I don't know what all is ahead of us. And I kind of like that to a certain degree. I used to be in a state where I worried a lot if I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, when, why, and things like that. And now, I mean, I still like to know things, but it's also kind of fun sometimes when you don't, you know? All right, y'all, I'll catch you in the next video.